Have you noticed lately that your paycheck doesn't seem to stretch as far as it used to? A few years ago, $100 could fill your shopping cart. Today, it barely gets you halfway. Same money, but somehow it feels smaller. Prices rising, savings shrinking, and income struggling to keep up. This isn't just happening in one country, it's a global phenomenon. It's called a loss of purchasing power. Simply put, your money is losing its muscle. If you don't understand why this is happening, you can't protect yourself. Let's break down 7 real reasons your money buys less today and the simple strategies you can use to fight back. Reason 1: money printing gone wild, the money supply. Think of it this way: if there are only 100 apples in the world and $100, each apple costs a dollar. But if the government suddenly prints another $100 when there are still only 100 apples, what happens? Exactly. You now have $2 chasing the same apple. The apple's value didn't go up, the dollar's value went down. In recent years, governments worldwide printed trillions of dollars, euros, and yen to keep economies afloat during crises. The AI boom also put extra cash in people's pockets. While it helped in the short term, it created an overwhelming supply of money chasing a limited amount of stuff. When everyone wants the same new gadgets, cars, and homes at the same time, sellers raise prices. Think of stimulus checks and programs. While they alleviated public suffering, they increased global spending power and contributed to rising prices. Solution 1: become an owner, not just a saver. So, how do you fight money printing? You have to move your wealth out of currency and into assets. A normal savings account might pay you 1% interest, but if prices are rising by 5%, you're actually losing money every year. It's best to obtain a high yield savings account. If you had $10,000 sitting in cash 5 years ago, its purchasing power today might only be around $8,000. But if you had invested that $10,000 in a globally diversified stock fund or property, the value of that asset would likely have grown alongside or even outperformed inflation. You want your money to grow faster than the government can print it. Think gold, high yield savings accounts, stocks, and global assets. Reason 2: the energy crisis, skyrocketing energy costs. This is perhaps the most destructive type of inflation because it affects everything. Oil and gas aren't just what you put in your car. It's what powers the factories, it's what runs the trucks that deliver your groceries, and it's even used to create the fertilizers that grow your food. In 2026, ongoing conflicts, such as those in the Middle East, have at times pushed oil prices higher, making everything that needs fuel more expensive. You might wonder, how does 1 barrel of oil affect my grocery bill? Trucks, planes, factories, and even the ships bringing your clothes all use energy, so the cost gets passed straight to you. When the price of energy doubles, the price of everything those energy sources touch goes up with it. Geopolitical conflicts that cut off supply only make this worse. Solution 2: master efficiency. The solution is radical energy efficiency and budgeting. In the short term, you must aggressively cut your energy usage. This means carpooling, using public transport, insulating, and being mindful of home heating and cooling, switching to LED bulbs, unplugging chargers when not in use, and shopping around for a better electricity plan. More importantly, audit your budget. Identify your essential energy costs and prioritize them. When energy costs rise, you must reduce your spending in other discretionary categories like dining out or new clothes to maintain your basic lifestyle. Reason 3: supply chain chaos. Broken supply chains. For decades, the world relied on a very delicate just-in-time system. Components for your phone are made in Taiwan, assembled in China, and shipped to you via a port in Los Angeles. When one link breaks due to pandemics, wars, or natural disasters, the whole system collapses. When the supply of a product drops, but people still want to buy it, the price must go up. Last year in Spain, parents couldn't find their usual baby formula for weeks, and had to pay more for whatever was left on the shelf. Consider the computer chip shortage. When manufacturers couldn't get chips, this made cars, phones, and electronics more expensive worldwide. Solution 3, fix it, swap it, or wait it out. To fight supply chain inflation, change your consumer behavior. Before rushing to buy a brand new appliance or gadget that's priced high due to scarcity, see if you can repair your current one. Or look at the secondhand market, which often doesn't feel the full force of supply chain hikes. If it's a non-essential want, waiting 6 months might save you 20% when supply catches up. You can also build a tiny price protection stockpile. Buy non-perishable items you use every week when they're on sale and store them at home. This stops you from paying peak prices later. Reason 4, government debt burden. Massive government debt. Governments worldwide are carrying more debt than at any other time in history. They have 3 ways to deal with it: raise taxes, cut spending, or inflate it away. Inflating it away is the politically easiest option. By allowing inflation to run high, the government pays back its old debt with new, less valuable money. It's a stealth tax on anyone holding cash and savings. Solution 4, embrace good debt. When governments use inflation to manage debt, you can use the same dynamic if done carefully. You must pay off high-interest variable debt, like credit cards, immediately. But fixed-rate debt on a productive asset, like a property mortgage, can actually be your friend in a high-inflation environment. As the value of the currency drops, you're paying back that loan with cheaper money, while the value of the asset you own, the house, is likely rising. Note: consult a financial advisor. Reason 5, devaluation of your local currency. Currency devaluation. This is vital if you don't live in the United States. Most global trade, including oil and major commodities, is priced in US dollars. When your country's currency weakens against the dollar, everything your country imports becomes instantly more expensive, even if the price of the actual item hasn't changed. If your local currency loses 20% of its value, your imports just become 20% more expensive for you to buy. Solution 5, hedge with global currencies. The solution is to diversify your currency exposure. In the digital age, you don't need to store cash under your mattress. You can open multi-currency accounts or use reputable stablecoins pegged to the US dollar, if legally permissible and researched. By holding some of your savings in stronger global currencies, you are hedging against the collapse of your local currency's purchasing power. Reason 6, the war on labor and production, a global labor crunch and shifting production. Around the world, demographic shifts mean older workers are retiring faster than younger ones are joining the workforce. With the emergence of AI and monetization of content, the number of the younger demographic joining the workforce continues to dwindle. Also, from 2025 to 2026, many countries added extra taxes, called tariffs, on imported goods. Simultaneously, many countries are trying to nearshore, moving production from cheap manufacturing hubs like China back to more expensive factories closer to home. When a company has to pay higher wages to attract scarce workers or pays higher costs to manufacture locally, it must raise its prices to stay profitable. Solution 6, invest in your primary asset, you. To fight this, you must increase your value. The absolute best defense against the high cost of living is a higher income. When companies are desperate for skilled labor, skills are your leverage. This is the time to upskill, learn a high-demand digital trade, or get certifications. When you increase your productivity and value to an employer, you are in a stronger position to negotiate a salary that at least keeps pace with inflation. Reason 7, expectations. This is the psychology of inflation. If everyone believes prices will be higher tomorrow, they will rush out and buy things today. This sudden spike in demand causes the very inflation they feared. If businesses expect their costs to rise, they raise their prices in anticipation. It's a self-fulfilling prophecy. Solution 7, change your thinking, change your buying. To fight this, you must adopt a deflationary mindset. Stop panicking. Ask yourself, do I need this right now? If you are only buying something because you're scared it will cost 10% more next month, you are contributing to the problem. Compare prices aggressively. Look for generic brands. The single strongest vote you have against high prices is your choice not to spend. If your money feels like it's shrinking, you're not imagining it. The world is changing, prices are rising, and money is constantly losing value if left unchecked. But here's the good news. Once you understand what's happening, you can take control. Because the people who win financially today aren't just the ones who earn more, they're the ones who protect and grow what they already have. If this video helped you understand money a little better, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to see this. Subscribe for more simple, powerful breakdowns of how money really works. Because once you understand money, you stop losing it without realizing. Leave a comment below. What price hike has hit you the hardest recently? Thanks for watching.